Good morning student, I am Rose. Today we are in the second section of this chapter, that is standard 7, Geography, chapter 10, Life in Temperate Grassland. So in the last video we have learned about the life in temperate grassland, that is about the prairies which is present in the North America, and we can say and we learned about the what are the landscape, what are the location, we have learned what are the topography. Okay, so we have learned about the different agricultural activities and the natural vegetations or the rivers or the drainage system we learned about. Okay, and the climatic conditions. So today we are going to learn about the another temperate grassland which is present in the Africa, and it is also one of the temperate grassland and one of the largest grassland of the world. Okay, so today it is we in this we are going to learn about its climatic condition we learn where it is situated, where it is located, what is the landscape, then you have this drainage system, agriculture activities, what are the wildlife in that. These are the things which we are going to study. Okay, so as we know, the world is one of the largest grassland of the world, and it is present in Africa of South Africa. Okay, and it is one type of a temperate grassland. Okay, so main location we can say where we can find this. Okay, so in the Africa where we can find. Okay, so this lies in Africa between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Between the Tropic of Cancer and Antarctic Circle. As you know, Tropic of Earth is divided into different Arctic Circle. Yes, different latitudes, equator. Then you have the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, and this is present in between the Arctic Circle. This is the Antarctic Circle in the south. Okay, and this is the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so this grassland is present in between them in the southern hemisphere. So this Africa, you can see the map. Okay, so it is present here in this. Okay, in the South Africa. Okay, so and this we can say it occupies, we can say it occupies largest southeastern part of the South Africa. Okay, in the west you can see the Zimbabwe. It is not clear in the map, but if you see the physical features or we can say national vegetation of Africa map. Okay, you can find the different where is the world is situated. Okay, so this is the physical map of Africa. Okay, so in the south you can find the Zimbabwe country. Okay, and in the what we call in the west, or we can say southwestern part you can say Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and in the western part you can say Drakensberg is there. Then we have the what we call then another is the Kalahari mountain is there. Okay, so these are the these are the things to which these are the physical features which surround the world. Okay, so this is how. And if you talk about the topography, if you talk about this is the landscape. Landscape means we can say how the land is formation. Okay, so if you talk about the landscape of the world of this grassland, it is rolling type of plateau. That means plateau, you know, it is a tabular land. Okay, tabular type of land. Okay, so we can say this it is type of a plateau. Okay, and it is divided into three parts. Okay, so this world grassland is divided into three parts according to the land. That is the grass belt, middle belt, and the high belt. High belt means according to the landscape, if the height of the plateau is so much high, so the high belt, that means the high grassland. Okay, so the land of this belt, high belt, is about 1600 meter high. Okay, so that means the couple of features of this land features is so much high. Then you have the after high belt comes the middle belt, that is the plateau or the land surface or the physical features of the belt is little more less than the its height is less than the high belt, and the grass belt, that means it is the lower, that means it has the plain surface. Okay, so these three are divided according to the height of the land, according to the height of the land surface. Okay, now let's see better cool. And the temperature, if we talk about, a temperature rises from 2 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, and we can say both in summer and winter, both in summer and winter. And here in July is the coldest month. That means we can say it receives the cold during the July. We receive in India, we receive the cold winter season from November last to till the January and February. But here in the world it receives a what we call we can say June, July and August. It receives a winter season. Okay, so that is what the July is the coldest month. And we can say amount of rainfall, that means how much rainfall is being received in this grassland is controlled by the warm current which blows from the Indian Ocean. So you have already learned what is the warm current and the cold current. Yes or no? So this is that means warm current. That means we can say that warm current blows from the equator towards the Atlantic region. Yes or no? And the cold current blows from the tropical Arctic region towards the equatorial region. Okay, so this is the current or the warm current which blows in the Indian Ocean. Due to that, what happened? It affects the climatic conditions of the world. Okay, next is the drainage system. Drainage system means what are the rivers which flow in the well region, or we can say well grassland. Okay, so there are two important rivers, Limpopo and the Orange. Okay, these are the two important rivers which flow in the well grassland, and we can say it has so many tributaries in different regions. Okay, different regions of the tributaries means small rivers or small streams which join these both the rivers. Okay, so in different regions of the well grassland. Okay, next is the natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation means the plants or the things which grow thereon. Yes or no? So here mainly the grasses, grassland is, we can say it is where is the grassland. Yes, the largest grassland. So we can say the main natural vegetation or the forest which is actually a grass. And here one of the most important grass grow which is called the red grass. And this red grass are grown mainly in the high bed. Okay, and this grass is sweet. It is also called the sweet grass. Why? Because it is when we eat, we can say when the animals eat, it is actually sweet in taste. Okay, it is sweet in taste. Due to that, what happened? This red grass is also called the sweet grass. Okay, so and we can say some of the other plants, like we can say the thorny bushes. Then you have the marola. Okay, so these are acacia. Okay, these are the important plants also grow here in the well grassland. Okay, some of the wildlife which are adapted to the region are lions, cheetah, leopard, and the kudu. Okay, so this kudu is actually a type of a deer. Okay, it is a species of deer only. Okay, it looks like a deer, but we can say it is somewhat much bigger than the deer. Okay, so these are the important wildlife which is present in the well region. Okay, so next we are going to learn that is the agricultural activities which is being present in the well region. So in agriculture and other activities, if you talk about, so there are various agriculture activities which is done in the well. That is mainly the crop which was being grown in this region is potatoes, wheat, barley, oats and maize. These are the important crops which are grown in the well grassland. And one of the most important or significant crops is the maize. Okay, it's the maize, and this maize is very important crops or the cash crop of this region. That is why this area is also called the maize triangle. This area is also called the maize triangle. Okay, so why it is called the maize triangle? Due to the cultivation of maize in a large quantity or in a surplus manner. Okay, and there is a different cattle and other activities like let's say cattle, sheep rearing, okay, mining. Okay, so these are the other important other this school is very high quality and it is famous all over the world. Okay. Next is the human settlements are the people of this region. Okay. So this people are mainly settled in the middle belt. That means middle belt, as I have told you. So this middle belt means the land which is having because this middle belt is having a fertile soil which is very useful for the agriculture purpose. Which is very useful for the agriculture purpose. That is why the people or the human settlement is mainly found in the middle belt. Okay. Next is that it is also developed in a mining and industrial way. It is also mainly we can find in the Pretoria. Okay, so this Pretoria is one of the city which is very famous in both mining and industrial. Okay, so the people whoever came from the different areas like Europeans and Dutchess. Actually, Dutchess were the first people or the first people who came to Wales region, and they named this belt as a field. This belt came according to from the name given by the Dutchess. Okay, so first settlement which was being done in the Wales region was from the Dutchess. Okay, so after that, what happened when the development happened, when the industrial work or the what we call mining work started to be done here, what happened? The people from different countries like Europeans and the Spanish and the Englands also came to started to settle here. So we can mainly find the settlements in the middle belt due to the fertility of the soil. So where there is so much fertile soil, the agriculture which is very useful for the agriculture purpose, there we can mainly find the human settlement. And this area, as I have told you, is also developed in different ways, like say mining and industrial. Okay, so some of the important here minerals are also very rich. We can say this region is very rich in minerals. Okay, so some of the important minerals which are very famously found in the whole over the world and mainly found in this region is the coal, iron, gold, and diamond. And here most two important gold mines are also present. That is the Kimberley is famous for diamond mine, and Johannesburg is famous for the gold mine. Okay, so due to that, this Johannesburg is also called the gold capital. It is also called the gold capital. So these are the important minerals, useful minerals which are being found. Okay, and if you talk about this diamond mine is one of the deepest mine in the world, which is only present in the Africa. That means in the Kimberley of South Africa. Okay, so this is how you learn about the different things of both temperate grassland, that is about the